Howdy, folks. Damien Turner coming at you again one more time with Shades of Agriculture, the podcast. I am lucky enough to have my brother from another mother, this cool cat you see before your eyes, Mr. Randy Allgood. This man wears many hats. He's real estate. He does insurance. He does cattle. He does judge shows. I mean, anything you could ever imagine, this gentleman has it under his belt, under his hat. I had the privilege of meeting this gentleman one time, judging a show up in McKinney, Texas, when it was a cool experience because it was three of us, at this show. And I walk up and this gentleman says, "I know this guy, he can sing." And I was like, "Okay, no idea who you are, sir, but okay." And then gave me a big old hug. And then after that, we became buddies. And so that kind of how we started off from there. And we had a few jokes during this show that we kind of kept going, and then throughout the years, and it still kind of keeps kicking every time something pops up. So Mr. Randy, thank you for being on the show, sir. And do you mind give us a little background about yourself, man?
Oh man, I'll give you the brief Cliff Notes version of it. I will never forget that show. I will go back to that just for a minute, because I walked in there and I see this sharp dressed guy, and this is one of the things I was going to plug tonight, and this will segue right into it. But judging shows, I've always believed in dressing appropriately and dressing professionally, and I can't remember any occasion that I've ever judged a show or started out judging a show without a coat and a tie on. And so I walk into the building that morning, and we're kind of prepping and getting to meet you guys, and finally somebody outdressed me. And it was you, my man. So having said all that, I always admire you and respect how you dress. You're always professional, looking good. You're a man of many hats, literally. Seems like every week you've got a new felt on. So about my background, man, I got into this show calf deal when I was 11 years old. My dad had bought the ranch. He'd come back to his roots up here in Clay County, Texas, and he died shortly after he retired. We had been in the ranch house just a few weeks, and he passed away of a heart attack, and he'd been retired about 2.5 weeks. And my mom, shield goddess, my mom felt the need to get me involved in something worthwhile, and she went to the county agent and bought me a couple of show steers, and that's really how my show cattle background experience started. I carried that all the way through high school, into college. Tarleton didn't have a show team, but they had a block and bridle, little international, all that stuff, and so I participated in that. I actually, probably one of the biggest honors of my life was while I was in college, my ag teacher called me to come fit his kids' show steers, and it was a big honor. But it's carried all through college. I taught ag for about almost 10 years, and got into the insurance adjusting business, and then that allowed me to financially do some things that I couldn't do teaching ag. And man, you and I tried this podcast back in September, and I was on hopefully the last hurricane that I'll ever have to work as an insurance adjuster. But that's it. I mean, I took over the ranch. My mom passed away about 10 years ago, and I've been out here. I've had every breed of cattle that you can even fathom, with the exception of probably belted Galloways and Highlands on this ranch. And I'm honestly, I'm not in love with any of them, but that's kind of it in a nutshell. Went to Tarleton, got a degree in ag education and or ag services and development, and just have been fortunate enough to live an amazing life being in this livestock industry.
Yeah. So kind of running into that. So with that being said, so what is your favorite part of what you do? What is your most positive experiences that you've had? So what is it about what you do that you like so much?
You probably saw what I put on Facebook the other day. I had a picture of a baby calf on there, a little mini Hereford. I've got a few out here, and I made the statement that I'm in love with my life, and it is so diversified that I can't really pin down one thing that I love the most. there's a lot of things that I love, and probably helping the youth. I like seeing that. I like seeing that kid that's the underdog. I mean, I'm pretty vocal about my opinions. And I'm vocal about helping the underdog that doesn't have a voice. And so, those kids that may not have $5, $10, $15,000 to spend on show animals, whatever it is, we've donated a bunch of those, and we've worked payout plans, whatever, release programs. And I like seeing those kids mature and helping them mature and teach showmanship and do all that. That's probably really where my love is.
I got you. And it shows, man. I'll follow you, follow you closely on social media, and everybody loves Mr. Allgood. I still have some of my kids that walked up to me like, Mr. Randy. I was like, yeah, I know Mr. Randy pretty well, man. I guess you make a serious impression. Oh, you look kind of scary sometimes, intimidating, but once you start talking, man, everybody just falls in love with you. And like I said,
man, it's either a love-hate relationship. They either love me or they totally hate me. And I'm not a fan of the latter. I would like everybody to like me, but it's one of those deals. You get what you see. I call it just exactly like I see it. I can read through all the, it's just, I am who I am. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And I absolutely do not believe in sugarcoating things for kids. I tell it to them straight. If they're doing something wrong, if they're not doing it right, if they can work harder, if I tell them straight up, because I think at the end of the day that carries way more weight than saying, well, little Johnny, you did okay. But, I was like, hey, you did a horrible job in the show ring today. We have to fix that if you want to win. And that's just how
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you for it, man. Like I said, a few kids that have shown up under you, they have definitely enjoyed you and definitely had more than positive things to say about you.
No, I appreciate that.
Okay, so I guess running to the next question, what's your least favorite part at this moment of if there's any?
Sunday. not any Sunday, this coming Sunday.
This coming Sunday.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 9 degrees here at the ranch.
Great.
Yeah,
gracious.
Telling you, we were fortunate last winter that when that front came through, that nobody had power or water. I lost one calf, and we're just not equipped for it. And as far north as I am, I'm 30 minutes from the Red River from being in Oklahoma, and I'm either I'm in the coldest place in Texas or the hottest place in Texas, and I have no qualms about telling you that I absolutely despise wintertime.
Well, yeah, I hate God, dude.
I hate it. It costs me money. It costs all the ranchers money. And, the only reason that I like wintertime is to try to hair up these, Fort Worth, Denver, Cattleman's Congress cattle. But other than that, it's, give me 80 degrees and sunshine and humidity, and I'm great.
Well, I mean, you get to wear your cool coats too, man. You're a man of many jackets too. Your opportunity with your wild rags and your coats, buddy.
I love all that, but it's it looks cool being a punchy cowboy. But and I just got this one. I've been wanting this jacket for 10 years. This retro Wrangler jacket. I told you about that. I got that for Christmas. I am so happy to buy it. But
looks good, man.
You're happy, so
it looks good, brother. Yeah. It looks really good. So, we're Shades of Agriculture, man. We're gonna dig right into it. I think you're one of the most open people that I've ever met, and genuine gentlemen that I have ever come across. And so, as man to man, so how do you feel about diversity agriculture at this moment, from your opinion?
We haven't done a good job. I mean, from an agricultural community, we have not done a good job of reaching out to inner city urban kids and families. There's a divide in our country. I mean, you can say what you want. People will argue that with me. Whoever caused it, whatever caused it, there is a divide, a distinct divide. And that's why my relationship with you is so important. Black man, a white man, Hispanic man. My best friend, one of my best friends is Marco Barrientos from down in Sherryland, down in the valley. Went to college with the guy, and having said that, we've got to do a better job. We've got to reach out to those inner city urban kids of African American ethnicity, of Latino ethnicity, and of white ethnicity as well. And we've got to spread the word. We've got to show them where and what their food and is and who develops it. And you know, a devil makes work out of idle hands, brother. And you know, and an idle brain is the devil's workshop. And you know, there are bad things that happen in the city. And I've traveled all over the country and I've seen it. I mean, I've worked in the Bronx, New York. I've worked in Washington, D.C., and Chicago, and everything that you see on TV is true. But I feel like that we have an obligation as leaders in our industry and as men of color. I mean, I'm a man of color, you know. I mean, my family didn't originate here in the United States. You know, I've got ethnicities from all over built into me. I'm part American Indian. I've got some Irish in me. I've got some German, and we have got to do a really good job of educating daddies to be daddies and to step up and be men and of any color. And so, you know, when you started the Shades of Agriculture, I sat there and I just kind of thought about that. I'm like, man, that's really, really cool what he's doing. And you've got a platform to reach those kind of people. And, you know, I want to help you. I want to be a positive role model as much as I can and help you on this mission. But I don't think that there's enough Black kids that are showing livestock. You know, you get down around your area, you know, the Houston area, that number probably increases some. I've got a good friend that's an ag teacher in Dallas, and she's got some, you know, some minority kids in her program as well. And we got to reach that. We got to reach that audience. And I don't know, man. I don't have all the answers. I just know that God has given me a gift, and I don't fully know how to use it, and kind of lean on some of you guys to reach out there and say, hey, go speak with these people or go do this and go do that. And I'm so open to do that. So, yeah, I mean, we got something going on. We just got to get it rolling right.
I got you, brother. I mean, and I totally agree, man. What you're saying is 200% true. Yeah, there are more down here, but when I showed, I was the only one, me and maybe one other person. But I did totally agree. You mean, we need to figure out a way to reach the people, to let them know what farming is, what ranching is, you know, where their food comes from, and, you know, all that good old stuff, man. But so with that being said, so we passed diversity. So how do you feel about just agriculture as a whole at this moment in time?
Oh man, I don't know. It's cyclical, you know. I mean, every 4 years, hope and optimism either goes up or down, and you know, it really depends on the administration that's at hand. And you know, I know at the end of the day, farmers and ranchers, they get up and they put their boots and jeans on and their work clothes, and they go out there and get it done. And they either make money or they don't make money, but they don't quit. And you know, it's tough. You know, I mean, I've had more. I can't make a living in the show cattle business. I period the end. I have to have a supplemental income. I don't have enough land to do it. I don't have enough volume of cattle. And at the end of the day, I can't find any help. You know, that's another issue that's facing us right now is a labor shortage, and it's not a manpower shortage. It's a work ethic shortage, and that's where, you know, ag teachers and county agents, you know, they come into play because, believe me, I've been there as a student of a very strict ag teacher, and I was a very strict ag teacher, and you either learn work ethic or you don't.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
And I feel like that's what we're facing now. But I don't know. I'm hopefully optimistic that, that things will turn out. I think that we've probably got as good of livestock as there is ever in the history of our country out there from a genetic based standpoint. We've become extremely efficient in farming and ranching operations, and technology with tools that are out there, and so it's Mother Nature's the biggest variable.
Oh yeah,
and I'm dealing with that right now. But, yeah,
come Sunday, huh?
Yeah, well, if I get moisture, I'll be happy with 9 degrees.
Okay, so I like the answers, man. Good stuff. So, what advice would you give somebody right now if they are looking to get into agriculture in any form or fashion? Maybe cattle, hay, crops, anything. What advice would you give them, being that you are generational in this business and this realm? What advice would you give somebody?
It's man, it's hard if you don't have family land. It's I'm in the real estate business now, and it's extremely difficult if you don't have my dog just walked in. If you don't have family land and to operate on, land values and prices have just skyrocketed, and I don't foresee that changing. And so you better have a good banker. You better have a trust fund. Your credit better be extremely good. You better have a good job. And, I think you'll agree with me that a kid does not have to go to college anymore. They to be successful. And
No.
we had a misconception about that for years. And I was the first one to ever go to college in my family, and it was beat in my head I was going to go to college and graduate. And I finally did. But if that's what you want to do, as a 14-year-old freshman in high school, that's, Ag 101, starting out in his first year in FFA, you better figure out right now how to make a lot of money. And then start small, buy as much land as you can and start small, but start with very good stock. I made the mistake of buying a lot of cattle, and I bought a lot of mediocre cattle where I should have bought 1 or 2 really good donor cows and some recips and went that direction, and I would have been miles ahead of where I'm at today. But I would just encourage them to figure out their financial plan. And that's not because that's the way I did it. That's the way that I have realized I should have done it, and I went wrong.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
So, 18-year-old Randy. So if you can go back, you kind of hit on it just then, what you have done differently than what you've done at this point.
Damien, man, I don't know. I got accepted in A&M in the vet school 5 or 6 years after I started college. I dropped out and I didn't want to do it. And then I got accepted, and Alexa was, I don't know. Alexa was probably, Hey, my Alexa's going off here. That's, I don't know. I guess I have some regrets about not doing that, but at the time she was showing cattle extremely heavy, and I just didn't want to sacrifice 6 years of my life to go do that. And that's probably, I don't know that I would have done anything different, to be honest with you. I probably would have gone on and got a master's degree and maybe a PhD. And those are aspirations that I have that I wish I would have done. But my mom, after my dad died, she kept me on the straight and narrow. And I had a good life, man. I mean, I've lived it with pretty much no regrets. I've been broke, and I mean, like broke. Like, how am I gonna keep the lights on this month? Broke. And
okay. Understand.
Yeah, thank God there's been a another storm or a hailstorm or whatever happened, and I don't know. my advice to me was do it all over again, but do it smarter and do it more financially sound.
Financially sound. Finance first, huh? I got you.
Yeah.
So, man, those are some great answers, man. I really enlightening a lot of things that people want to know about Mr. Allgood here. So any future endeavors you got going on, man? I know you have there's a cattle cartel, you said?
Yeah, it's a show cattle cartel. That's my friend's deal. And,
okay.
They asked Alexa and I to we had years ago what was just called the Allgood Showmanship Clinics, and we would push between 80 and 150 kids at those deals through a weekend, and we would do 2 or 3 a year. And then I'm not going to mention her name because my machine's going to go off again. My daughter, when she got married and became a mom and full-time job and all that, it was just too much for her to organize and for dad to show up and do what I do. And so we had the opportunity to partner with them. And it's been good. We just finished one up about, I guess, 2 weekends ago. And we limited that one to 75 kids. And I'm telling you, it ran great.
That's awesome. That's cool.
I love doing that. I will give you a little sneak peek of the something that's future endeavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's of course you've seen Leanne, and man, life's good. She chills me out so much and keeps me at ease and has got my mind right.
That's good, man. I'm happy for you, brother.
It's time.
But yeah, we've been waiting. Come on, man. We've been waiting. I'm just going and tell you, we've been waiting, brother. We're surprised it took this long. We've been waiting.
She's been waiting. Well, the reason it took that long is because you go back to that financially sound and being broke deal.
10-4.
I needed a hurricane to take care of that rock.
I still think she'd have been by your side regardless, brother. She just seems like one of those ride or die.
She is. She's a good one. It's I'm so blessed, man. I've got the best daughter and that granddaughter. That's one of the highlights. We've got her showing mini Herefords now, and she just absolutely eats those things up and loves it. And I'm like, I don't want to rush it, but I'm like, man, 3rd grade, 9 years old, her first major steer show. I am so ready. But I want to be on the coast fishing too. So that's I got so many things going on. And
hey, your money flowing, man. You take financial. You have to be. You are definitely considered a bona fide hustler, and that is a good way. That's not a bad way. Like a genuine bona fide hustler, man. And that's awesome. I wish more people were like you and had the drive you had and could see that, the work ethic, as you called it.
Yeah, and people say I'm never satisfied, and I am satisfied. I'm satisfied at the end of the day when I know I've done all I can do, and that's the best I can do, and that's when I'm satisfied. And I one of my quotes that I tell all my kids that come to showmanship clinics or that show cattle for me, I go, we're not going to get outfed, we're not going to get outworked regarding hair, we're not going to get outshone, we're not going to get out disciplined. The only thing that we're going to get beat by out there is a better animal. And I firmly believe that. I want those kids to leave everything they've got out there in that show ring. And if they've done all of those things to the best of their ability, they should be happy with themselves, and I'm happy with them.
Hey, that's a good way to end it right there, brother. A good way to end it. So tell the people how they can find you on social media. I know you got your Facebook, but anything else, any other Instagram and all that stuff you got?
Copano Cowboy, which is Copano Bay down there out of Rockport. That's Leanne came up with that name. That's my guide name, or whatever you want to call it. That's on Instagram, and just Allgood Show Cattle, Randy Allgood on Facebook. I am now a realtor with Kirkpatrick Realty out of Weatherford. They're my broker. Actually, a little different than most realtors. I'm covering everything from the Red River all the way to the Corpus Christi area.
Wow.
And so I got a big territory to cover, and it's I'm telling you, 55 years old, going back to real estate school, and then once you get out of that, it's a whole amazing, difficult learning environment. And well, you talk about challenging an old man's mind.
Good deal, brother. Well, anything else you want to add, man? This was a long time coming, brother. I'm sure I'm gonna have more episodes with brother Allgood. I just wanted to get this first one out of the way so we can introduce the world to you and let them know about you. And so if there's anything else you want to add, man, let me know.
You know, I just, I'll plug what we're doing with the Bromby deal just a little bit. Those I dearly love the kids. It's not so much that I love the breed, and I'll just be pretty candid with it. They a lot of the membership, they either love me or they hate me, and but they cannot deny the amount of money that we've raised. And just this past week, we've raised over $7,000 for the junior Bromby kids in Oklahoma City.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
We got 13,000 at Fort Worth, which is the largest of any breed. We're the smallest of any breed, and we got the highest payout of any breed. And,
wow.
So I like doing that stuff, but I have to do it in a very unorthodox manner to get it done. And you know me, I'm outspoken. I'm not going to get into all that, but I will tell you this. Going back to the diversity part of this thing, it just takes one. It just takes one man to change lives all across the country. And you know who I'm talking about, Martin Luther King. He did it. He changed attitudes. He changed philosophies. He motivated people. And we need another person like that from the agricultural community in these urban areas. And I'm talking to him right now.
Oh man.
No, I listen, I seriously believe that about you. You have got a gift like no other. Every morning when I get up, I follow you, and there's that little deal you can do on Facebook where certain friends pop up first. Well, you're one of those. And I look forward to your quotes every morning because they're inspirational, and you have got a gift of leadership that, and I think you know that. But it's so much bigger than I see it, so much bigger than probably what you see it. So, I have great hope for you to do some good things.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. But just know you'll be there. You'll be around close. Just like you know,
wheelchair and a cane, maybe.
It don't matter, but you'll be there. You'll be there somewhere close around me, brother. But anyway,
I'm ready to go fishing.
Man, I was just about to say that. Good grief! Like we need to figure out something because you ain't been down there in a while, have you?
No, I haven't been down there since July. And
oh wow.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I'm having some withdrawal symptoms right now.
Is your boat still down there?
I hope. I'm still paying storage on it. Yeah, I hope it's still down there.
Did you lease your place out, or just
no? The guy that I rent that from, we were going to do an Airbnb deal, and he's like, I don't want anybody in there but you. So that's another expense every month that I'm just not getting to enjoy. And,
man,
yeah, I know.
You might have to let me sneak in there one weekend.
Yeah, go. I'll give you keys to the boat.
Gotcha. Well, man, I sure appreciate your time, brother. I know you're a busy man, and this was a long time coming, like I said before, and I appreciate you for being genuine. I appreciate you being you 100%. Like I said, you made an impression on me the first 2 minutes we met, man. It was after that, it was like this is a great man right here, and I have to keep this man in my hip or close by me at all times, and like I said, I greatly appreciate your time, brother. Good luck with everything. Hope you don't lose anything come Sunday and everything looks good. And hey, don't miss you at Cattleman's Congress, but I'm sure I'll see you at Fort Worth and all those good old things, man.
Well, the feeling's mutual, and I love you like a brother, and you keep doing what you're doing. It's just a great deal, and I'm so honored to be on here with you.
And I appreciate your time, brother. Once again, thank you, brother. Allgood, man. And let me see here. We're going to stop this recording and hold on.